I personally believe that starting any type of speech is probably one of the most difficult things I've ever dealt with. No, seriously. At the beginning, many of my ideas were so dull and boring as to be not worth considering. So after scratching the surface of my creativity for quite a long time, a sudden idea popped into my head. How about understanding sustainable development throughout music? In the end, everybody likes music. And besides, I've always been keen on paying close attention to what certain songs try to express with their lyrics. But wait a minute. What would artists such as Michael Jackson and John Lennon have to do with the worldwide intention of maintaining physical, human, and budgetary resources for the longest possible time? Well, I would rather say that by the means of some specific fragments, these famous people have indeed declared a global aim of welfare, justice, and equity. So, if we young people want to keep and cut down on global warming, abuse of human rights, or even absolute poverty, for letting music and humanity itself still exist in the future, then we should begin learning how to cope with sustainable societies. Now, when it comes to our first stage, the environmental aspect, I'm pretty sure that ever since the majority of us were little, we heard something like, "Hail the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race." Yes, that was great Michael Jackson, putting forward a call for action, letting us understand that we are all running out of clean water, air, and ecosystems. Certainly, humankind is duty-bound to help our planet Earth to bounce back from pollution by the means of a compelling green revolution. And so I'm pretty sure all countries will have to buckle down for achieving it. Boosting sustainable development calls for a global encouragement of renewable energies, a moderate consumption of only what is needed, and the protection of all fixed spaces given to flora, fauna, and marine life. But remember, all of this has to be affordable because it is intended to have a long-term impact. Let's carry on now to the social ambit and its prospects. Actually, I think I've heard many musical lyrics that have to do with these features. For example, "I'm not going to spend my life being a color," sang Michael Jackson once. Or maybe, "Let's get together and feel alright," were some of the most inspiring words pronounced by Bob Marley. And also, "I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one," said the great dreamer John Lennon. These three men, among many others, were seeking for what we call a sustainable society, in which good quality education, health, and justice is provided to everyone, no matter his or her religious beliefs, sexual orientation, skin color, or any other trait that in the end gives diversity and originality to our world. Bearing this in mind, human morality and values are to be strengthened, but for this, governments must invest in accessible services for all of their communities. Finally, and as for the economic perspective upon this topic, nowadays it is a well-known fact that poverty and an unfair distribution of income are present everywhere in the planet. However, apart from unemployment and inequality, developing economic sustainability implies correcting periods of deflation and moderating inflation, having a fair system of taxation, and empowering innovation. Because according to the Beatles, money don't get everything, it's true, but what it don't get, I can't use. All in all, saving this world, our wonderful world, is an urgent need that must be attended before it is too late. Sustainability is the answer to all of the negative effects produced by human, industrial, and economic development. So, dreaming with the world where no person suffers from hunger, where drought doesn't exist, and where the gap between rich and poor is almost invisible, is definitely possible. Don't forget, we are the world. We could be heroes, and we were born to be alive. So don't stop believing in this wonderful world. Dream on, because we humans are capable of everything.